Thanks, John. Hello there. There'll be plenty of chance to take pictures of people bundled up to the ice this week, because it is going to be particularly cold with a raw easterly wind blowing in. Now, I know many of you are quite keen on cold winter weather, and certainly judging by the discussions on the bulletin boards on the BBC Weather website, it's really a buzz at the moment with prospects of snow. If you want to join in the discussions, head for bbc.co.uk/weather and click on message board. And here's a real pin-up picture for you if you do like cold weather. An intense area of high pressure sat across Scandinavia. Why is that significant? Well, it feeds in very cold air all the way from the Arctic. Already that's been moving in across continental Europe. Temperatures today -19 at best in Moscow, just -8 in Berlin, and with easterly winds, that's all heading our way. Strong easterly winds feeling particularly cold throughout the next few days, in fact throughout this week across most parts of the UK. Good news is it's got to come across the North Sea first, and sea temperatures still relatively high, so the cold air losing some of its sting before it reaches our part of the world. Daytime temperatures should stay a little bit above freezing, but nighttime temperatures won't. We're looking at fairly extensive night frost across most areas through the coming week, even where it stays rather breezy. Now, we're also seeing lots of cloud feeding in on those easterly winds as well, so pretty miserable conditions for most of us today. But like yesterday, we're seeing some breaks coming in across the western side of Scotland, so that's the best chance of seeing something of the sun at least through the rest of the day. Elsewhere, rather cloudy, maybe skies just lightening a little bit towards that east coast as that drier, colder air begins to move in across the North Sea, but certainly across southern parts of England and Wales, staying pretty miserable right the way through the day and taking a while for things to brighten up in Northern Ireland. Already those temperatures are starting to drop away. We started off with 3 or 4 across East Anglia. It's back to about 2 degrees now, so that cold air really is beginning to set in on those strong easterly winds. Big change tonight though, the cloud's going to thin out quite a bit coming in from the east. That means more prospects of frost across many parts of England, Wales, perhaps central and western Scotland as well. And with the strength of the wind continuing, it's going to be quite a penetrating frost. It'll get well into the top surface of the ground. But equally, Monday looking a bit brighter for most areas. The exception might be the southwest of England, hanging on to a bit more in the way of cloud, perhaps some patchy drizzle here, taking a bit of time to brighten up across Northern Ireland as well. And still 1 or 2 showers just drifting in from North Yorkshire up into the eastern side of Scotland. They'll be wintry where they move in across the higher ground. A bitterly cold day again. Temperatures in many places only a couple of degrees above freezing, and not really much better on Tuesday. And by then, perhaps a little bit more in the way of cloud, just drifting into southern coastal counties. A little bit of sleet and light snow, but really nothing to write home about. Through the middle part of the week, the winds may well ease for a little bit, particularly across the northern half of the UK. So things easing a bit, but still bitterly cold just about everywhere. A more significant change perhaps towards the end of the week. Our high pressure system's still there, but all the while low pressure will try to nudge up from the south. A bit difficult to know how quickly that'll happen, but it could spread more in the way of cloud and some patchy snow into the south by the end of the week.